Hi everyone, it's year 2025 and I'm here to tell you you should not use this formation anymore. The formation I'm referring to is this one, 4-2-4, and it doesn't really matter what positions the midfielders are, as long as there are only two midfielders. These 4-2-4 formations are very offensive minded, mainly used to outnumber and overwhelm the defense in transitions. While it is very effective for attack, there's one weakness to the formation that makes it equally easy to be outnumbered and overwhelmed when defending. And that weakness is the lack of midfielders. Do you ever notice that we don't see 4-2-4 formations being used in real football anymore? Or any formations with less than 3 midfielders? That is because the midfield is arguably the most important area in modern football. It is said that the midfield is where football is won and lost. The midfield plays a crucial part in both defense and attack. You might be thinking, no, that's not true. Some teams like Bayern Munich still uses 4-2-4 formation. Yes, while Bayern Munich's formation might resemble a 4-2-4, with Musiala or Thomas Müller moving into space to provide an extra attacking option, the main difference is positioning in real life football is much more fluid than in eFootball. Wingers and attacking midfielders often drop back to help out during build-up. Not to mention they also help defending too. Have a look at Bayern's defensive setup. Now have a look at the defensive setup of a 4-2-4 formation in eFootball. Look at the gap between the midfield and the forwards. Forwards in the game do not contribute to the defense, at least not on normal mentality. When set to defensive mentality, forwards tend to drop back to help out the defense, but this defeats the whole purpose of why people use 4-2-4 in eFootball. Yes, I know, this formation is made more famous by a certain streamer, but let's be honest, a good player can make any formation work. So unless you're very good at defending, or you have very good cards that can do the defending for you, you will struggle against someone who knows how to use their midfield.
This guy has too many chances against us.
I wonder why that is. It is also important to ask the question, who uses 4-2-4? In my opinion, it's the people who always look to kick the ball directly to the forwards and bypass the midfield. I'm sure you've seen plenty of those people, but I think there's actually a reason for that. It's because they can't build up or they can't attack. Most of these people lose the ball after 3 passes, and they can't score a goal with just 3 forwards. And since they don't use their midfield anymore, they can just move one of their midfielders into a forward. And I'm willing to die on that hill. You cannot build up with just 2 midfielders. Therefore, if you see someone using 4-2-4 formation, you can be very sure how they will play. If you're one of those people, I would pay close attention to the rest of the video, because we'll dive into how 4-2-4 can be easily beaten. The main weakness is that the 2-man midfield will be outnumbered against almost all other formations. Let's use 4-3-3 for example. When the ball is in the midfield area, one of the midfielders will always be free. The 2-man midfield then will eventually have to press the ball, leaving space for the opposition midfielder and making it very easy to bypass the midfield. Once the midfield is bypassed, a defender will have no choice but to come out of position to press, and that creates more space for the CF to shoot. Another weakness of 4-2-4 is the limitation in attack, or at least in the build-up phase. The midfielders will almost always be marked and have no space to progress, making build-up practically impossible. So often, you're forced to go direct to one of the forwards. Have a look at my opponent here when he gets the ball. He has no options in the midfield, with the other midfielder being so far away. So now he's looking to pass to his winger, but look at where my cursor is changed to. This time his CB's got the ball, but look at his midfielders. They don't have a lot of space to move forward, so of course he tries to pass to his forward. And this actually cost him a goal. Quite a filthy one at that. Again, his 2 midfielders are either marked, or they don't have a lot of space to progress. This guy managed to make the pass to the winger, but he rushed his next pass. I do think the formation forces people to go into rushed decisions. To beat 4-2-4, the most important thing to do is to use the midfield to your advantage. Circulate the ball around your midfield and identify where your free midfielder is. Wait for the right moment to release the ball and you'll find yourself in space behind a two-man midfield. At this point, one of their defenders will charge out and run at you, and this often leaves your CF with a lot of space. Now let's put all that into practice and see how I use my midfield advantage to create shooting opportunities. Circulating the ball here, he's calling the other midfielder to pressure, which leaves my DMF free. Now I just have to wait for the CB to rush out and pass. Makelele here is pressing very aggressively, but that's a good thing. Now my two other midfielders above are free. Again, circulating the ball. At this point, I'm just waiting for his players to commit and drag some players out of place. I used this clip in my last video, but I applied the same principle. Focus on his right card here, he's actually a CB. Just have to wait for the right moment to pass. This guy actually used a 5-2-3 formation, but again look at how high the two midfielders are, and we managed to drag out the CB. Again, finding that free midfielder, and now we've created a 3v1 situation. Again, recycling it, and wait for the right moment. I'm starting to think Elise can't finish. Look at the other midfielder who's free, and now CB is dragged out. And look at how easy it is for my CMF to run behind their midfield. Actually, I take it back, Elise can finish. Thank you to those who have joined my channel membership. I know there aren't a lot of you right now, but your support is really appreciated. Remember, if you want to watch a slightly longer version of this video, and any future videos, as well as other perks such as ad-free videos, early releases, and extra exclusive content, you can do so by joining my membership. I even created some loyalty badges myself, and I would love to see them in my comments. But if you have decided to not join my membership at this point in time, I still appreciate your support by clicking on this video and returning to the channel, so thank you for doing that. If you've not subscribed to my channel, this is your chance to do it. You can now watch my other videos.